This video is made possible by the support of Grim Dark Terrain, our generous Patreons at Team Titanicorn, and kindly viewers like you.
Blood flow. Blood for the blood god. Skulls for the skull throne.
So hello everybody, here we are again in Chitubox Pro version 1.2. Thank you for Chitubox for sponsoring me this video and giving me a 90-day trial on this program. Today we want to support some finer detailed miniatures. At last we had the Fummelfinger Astartes proxies for the Horus Heresy range in the right upper corner in the info box, or you go down to the video description, you can find the link for the video there I've did previously, and you can watch this for the matter of applying the USB flash drive on your printer, starting your print, washing your print and everything else. In this video we take care about supporting, and after the print and washing is done, the removing supports and fiddling around with these finer details. And I got the Corn Demons here from Emangs. You can go to the video description and find those on Cults 3D for free. Those are, I guess, rips from Total Warhammer 3, but it's totally okay, I think. And we want to go with the outdated medical practitioners. Those miniatures are kinda our blood letters, and I need some more blood letters for my army. So I got these 15 and a Reaper and maybe another Reaper to see which one looks better. And I just simply drag and drop those from the WinRAR into Chitubox Pro and let the program import the files. And as I've said the last time, Chitubox Pro is a fine program if you go for supporting miniatures and fiddling around with 3D print stuff and want to calculate your money output or the print costs more precise on the right hand corner, and get hollowed miniatures in a better way. The option to hollow miniatures in this program is way better than the one in the basic version that you can get for free. And on the basic version hollowed thing, recently, yesterday, I got a miniature that ripped open. Sadly, this one was printed way back when I used my old Elegoo Mars 2 Pro and just did the hollow out with the Chitubox basic version without the infill and other wall thickness and other exposure times, so I wasn't that experienced back in the day, so I think this wouldn't occur on those miniatures. So the guy with the skull in the hand is way too individual, I guess, so we'll delete him. The one with the pointed up swords with his come over here pose would be mirrored with this is the X scale, yes, the X axis, and all the other miniatures are fine. So I've got 2 squads of 10 blood letters each with full command, and the third squad is just 5 blood letters, a horn blower, so musician, and a banner. There is the Reaper that's missing out so far, and I need then 4 additional blood letters to get to the required 10. And I can add up to the other squads, so that I got 12, 12, 12, and then I add up to 13 each, and I add up to 15 blood letters each, and if I can go with the blood letters all on this plate, I will go up to 15 in each squad. So I copy one of those, so I got the miniatures here. The next thing, if you want to support fiddly details like the fins on the back, these sticking out tongues and the blades and the horns and all this stuff, I found out it's very important to flip the miniature back around so that these details stick up upwards and that the horns are not supported that much. And removing the supports later with a sharp X-Acto knife and not only ripping them off from the miniature. So I will support this guy, and I will go for the rotate button here and rotate him backwards, like maybe, I guess this, and that he doesn't get up, take up that much room, not many, that much room on the plate. I will rotate him around a bit, so like this. And on this occasion, the supports would be set on this blade edge, on the arm, and on the waist. And this is the wrist armor, and here on the fingers, on the nails. So there would be good places to be supports, and here on the head, on the outer horn parts. So I guess this would be a good way to support this miniature. But before this, I would hollow him and no, not repair, wait, prepare. I will hollow the miniature so that I can save a few books. This is wall thickness 1mm, 30% density for the infill grid, and go. So that I can get more blood letters out of the resin I pour into the vat. And as you see here, this was not €2.69, it's €2.55, so it is roughly 14 cents less just hollowing out this single miniature. So I guess it's okay. And then is the support part. I've tuned down the supports here. The depth of the support into the model is down to 0.30, and the length is to 630. And all in all, I've fiddled around with a smaller support size and the smaller footprint, so the raft is a bit smaller, so that I can save up resin. And I click just simply on plus all with this setting and let the program do its thing, and then I check where the supports are. And I've got some experience so far with the supports, cause I got some of these fiddly models printed, and I can say these are good spots for the supports, cause there are metallic surfaces, so that I can just cut them away flat. There is just one support here on an organic surface. I don't think that it would interfere with the model that much. Those small spikes are not supported. There's a spike that's not supported, or that didn't need to be supported, so it's fine, so that this spike cannot be ripped off by accident. And if I look around, I guess it looks fine. Theoretically, you can thin these supports a bit more, so that there is not much resin in the first place needed for the supports. But the supports now cost me 0.12 euro, so 12 euro cents. This is the price that I've got when I've used the hollow out on this miniature. So this miniature without the step hollowing is the same printing cost as the hollowed miniature with the supports, so I guess it's fine in this regard. So the other blood letters is just tedious work of rotating on the right position like this, maybe like this. If you want to get more blood letters on a plate with more printing time, you can flip them around like this. These are the upright prints that need more time, but if you can fit more miniatures on a plate, you need to calculate, is it better to do the approach with flat miniatures or oriented flat like this, so that you maybe need to print 2 or 3 plates, or you can fit all your models on one plate, but got the printing time of maybe 2 plates when you get them flat, if you understand what I mean. I most often print my stuff in the night time when I am asleep, and maybe when I am on working shifts, so it doesn't matter that the print maybe takes a little bit longer, so I'm fine with this. So I got these upright miniatures here now, and I will just select them all, get them hollowed out at the same time, and the supports should be on the farthest edges, on the horns, on the blades for the most time, to get the bottom supports, and on some spikes here and there. But I guess on this occasion I can get the less points where I can screw up while removing the supports later. And in this case I've just got rid of 15 euro cents, so this would be something around the price of the supports. I don't know if it's necessary. If you use cheaper resin, I guess it's okay to print those on full. Also, to say, keep the models with the infill. I use resin that cost me 50 euro per liter, and it's a bit expensive, so I try to spend on material, save the material. Sorry, I'm a little bit irritated today. So this is the auto supporting. You can see there are many supports here and there, but it's necessary because there are many small details. So this is not a miniature that can be printed with 2 or 4 supports. I guess these kind of support wood is necessary in this case. Okay, fine. This looks good, and I will support the rest of the miniatures and position everything on the plate and show you how far we have gone before I slice everything. So this is my printing plate right now. Everything is set. I've added additional 3 blood letters cause I got the place here. So it is 3 squads of 16 blood letters. So I guess the sacred number of corn is 8 and a multiple of this. Oh, you see what I've did here? I've left a gap right here in the middle, cause my bowl in which in which I wash my prints in isopropanol alcohol is not that big that it could fit the whole plate. So I made my life a bit easier so that I did not connect those pieces. I can wash those blood letters separate from those before I put them to get the isopropanol dried off, and then remove the supports. And I will print those. Those would cost me roughly €4.77. Those are €2.49 for the supports added up here right now. So the supports are roughly more expensive than the blood letters, but this is the thing in 3D printing. It is okay. I will slice those and print them. And when we're done printing and I've washed them, as I've mentioned previously, I will show you how to easily and safely remove the supports from such tiny detailed models or fiddly models. So we see us in a second on my working desk. After printing, washing and some time of drying, several days, here are the resulting prints in their supported glory. I got 2 of these parts, as I mentioned before, due to my washing capacity, and the next step is removing the supports. So I take one of these bundles and get my pincers, and then I cut some pieces here in the bottom floor or bottom layer section that I got 1 blood letter each time, so like this, and I will cut all these separate later. And to show you the next step, this is the thing, the upside down blood letter. I take a sharp X-Acto knife, I will zoom in like a pro, and the next step is removing the supports. It's very important to cut away those bendy parts really smooth if they didn't release themselves while I get rid of the base layer. These supports are already loose. Here is one. Just cut it gently, and here on this part, cut it gently as close to the miniature as possible so you don't get any leftover. And keep in mind that you got these parts here where the parry guard, sorry, I need to focus, this parry guard could break, so just slightly cut it. And in this regard, it's very important to get a sharp knife to cut those pieces away, that nothing breaks off. But if something is damaged, it's not the end of the world. You already could recognize that this miniature doesn't cost that much money, so just reprint it. And I guess if you already print some pieces, you would all the time print a bit more than you need due to some fail prints or maybe damages while getting rid of supports, washing and all these steps. So I guess it's not a problem if you will ruin 1 or 2 miniatures. For a better view, I will break the pieces off on the bottom layer like this, so that I get better sight on the pieces that are more in between this jungle of supports. And to get rid of them, I will cut some of these intermingling structures. And the other way to remove those supports is to remove them all from the bottom layer. It's just a thing of personal preference. I like to keep the bottom layer to hold on to it while I cut away everything. But you can do it like this. Get rid of the bottom layer, that would be up here. And then cut everything away. And the things that are cut away and already loose would just fall off, because there are no connecting parts here on the upper side. And just gently cut away all these little things here and there. Just a little tiny amount of push and pull, so everything is fine. And if you are at stages like the legs or the arms, the risk that something will break are not that big, so I just pull on the support there. And to contrast this, on the horns here, I will cut everything, and on this particular horn the support is at the end of the horn. I will cut straight away from the miniature to get the pressure in the right direction, that the resin doesn't break or scatter off. So this is fine, something there, here, and then on this spine fin thingy. And let us see, is it all? No, there's some parts are still connected here on the hip, on this little horn thing. So this is the major supports removed, and after this there are some small parts to tidy up here and there under the chin. And if you give some pressure on the miniature to keep it in or lock it in place while working on it, keep in mind that you don't hold on those pieces like the horns or the blade, that they don't splinter off in this stage of the cleaning up part. So just remove everything, and when it's done I take my wife's nail artist UV lamps, just like in the last video, and give the miniature around 1 or 2 rounds from each side. This would amount up to 120 or 240 seconds from each side. Then everything has been hardened enough for the resin I use, and it's just a thing to mount them on the base after this, and give that a little bit of base work, like you would see here in a few moments on the turntable, with the finished product that has been supported and sliced with Chitubox Pro. On this regard, thank you to Chitubox, giving me the permission to use their Pro version for 90 days. I am very pleased with this version and would highly recommend to try it out, because it gets so many more usable or useful features than the basic version. So this out of the way, I've removed nearly all the supporting things, and if I see some of those pieces later when the miniature is assembled, I could cut them away too and give it another go on the UV lamp. And in this case I would lay it on the paper towel, just zoom out a bit, get in focus, get my two UV lamps from Joyphene. You see the light already. One from one of these sides, the other from another one. Put them together like this.
leave a small gap in the middle that the excess heat could be dissipated, and then give it a low heat treatment, and then the result is shown on the turntable.
So right now you can see the fully glued and based blood letters of Korn alternate models, and I think they went out really well. Big shout out to Emangs Gameplay and to Chitubox for one, providing us with these awesome free object files, and second, to give me the opportunity to use their Pro version of Chitubox and give you a video like this with all these fiddly, small, but still awesome models. This video is also made possible by Patreons, so maybe you want to check the video description for the link to there. Give us $1 a month for a coffee or a tea, and always remember,
Korn does not care from whence the blood flows.
So, keep on wargaming.